Disclaimer: the information and education material contained herein is meant to promote the general understanding and dialogue of GAN's processing. Such information is not meant or intended to serve as a substitute for a healthcare professional's clinical training, experience, or judgment. For patients and individuals, such information is not to be a substitute for professional medical, therapeutic, or healthcare advice or counseling. For medical issues or concerns, including decisions about medications and other treatments, readers, viewers, listeners should always consult their physician or, in serious cases, seek immediate assistance from emergency personnel. Prescription information, procedures, and use of medical devices information should be undertaken only by properly trained and certified medical personnel. We specifically disclaim any warranties, express or implied, including implied warranties of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. Such information is provided, as is, and is believed to be accurate at the time of its publishing, but it is the viewer's job to evaluate the accuracy of any information found in this presentation. Every case presented is of their own experience, applied by themselves for themselves, and it applies to their case only. Every person experiencing health problems should seek professional medical advice and consult their course of treatment with a doctor. The processes of plasma balancing described herein are a natural process which supports the body but does not replace medical advice or therapies one is already subject to.
It's time for change to move into the real work of the universe. And it's time to understand that we use the matter state to reach the level of understanding of the soul of the man. Now you understand maybe why the Creator has sent His messengers in the name of whatever you have had. Is that they bring the ears, that it can be used when the time of the Messiah comes. They can teach the soul and the message, not to oppose, but by them understanding through those who have become messiahs, to give from their souls to these to elevate, the job is made easy. The school is there and the students are devotedly there. Then there won't be any fight between what they call the Muslims and the Christians. The lamb and the lion will eat and sleep in the same nest. The Christians and the Muslims will sleep and pray in the mosque and in the same church in the name of their souls, not in the name of religion that is used to create so much conflict for the benefit of those who were the hyperactive children. The time has come, the time of change is here. And as I said, my wish is my command. If it's your wish to see peace, the path of peace is laid very clearly. It's the soul of the collective awareness. By giving will create that position of change. No other thing. There is no pen in the soul of the man. And I'm sure once you go into the universal community, you will never see anything written but the balance of the fields of the soul of the existence. Try to be humble enough not to become arrogant in the power that you have understood and you possess. Otherwise, you'll fall in the same path of the church and the mosque. This is what we promised. And this is what we have delivered. We have to understand the operation of the soul. And we have to understand the soul of the man is a star in the cosmos of the universe. If we compare the soul of the man and many of us, 7 billion in one collection, Earth is like a galaxy with so many stars. When we look in the depth of the universe, we see galaxies with hundreds of millions of stars in it. So is the planet Earth. It carries 7 billion beautiful stars, which are the soul of the man. Carries with it soul of so many trillions of animals, plants, and everything else. So if you look, when someone who does not see the physicality of the earth and its content, what do they see? They see a galaxy with so many beautiful lights shining, each one according to their strength, each one according to their position. An infant has a beautiful soul, so has the old man. To those who do not see the physical dimension of this planet, but they see the strength of the field, we are clusters of stars. The human race, every single soul, no one from a distance sees that's the soul of a fisherman, that's the soul of the cosmologist, that's the soul of the president. They all shine irrespective of the physicality. This is the magic. This is what the new science has to bring to man. When we look to our soul, we see nothing but a star in the other souls. And this is the break. This is the understanding. This is what all these teachings are about. Coming to mature to the next level, to understand in the deep space, the universe is the oyster for those souls who serve. Then man is ready to go into space. Then man is ready to become part of the universal community which has been promised. I never promised you heaven. I always promised you the elevation of the man to join the family. And now you have the key. It's you who has to open the door to understand, if I can raise the soul of these people or millions of other souls, that the physical life on this planet changes, then I'm worthy to be part of the universal community. To be there to serve, to expand. To be there, to be part, that in the cycle of life of universe, I become, in being part, I become part of the totality. When man reaches that point, a new dimension in the strength of the soul of the man will appear, which is beyond imagination of understanding of the physical life. It's the gate to the opening of the new life, in a new dimension, which is beyond imagination of what you might call a new beginning, a new cycle. Which that cycle carries with itself the origin of the creation of life in the universe and in the universe. It's the elevation of the soul to serve become the key, not a throne of the physical life. The time is right. The time has come for the man to go through this process.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to the 295th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace and Justice here on Tuesday, October 10th, 2023. This is a broadcast of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute Education Department and part of the public teachings in English. My name is Rick Cremond, and I'll be host today once again in this weekly series of workshops. And once again, I have Mark as a co-host. Thank you, Mark, for being here. And I think we're ready to begin today's workshop. So let me get that presentation ready, and we will begin.
Thank you, my dear Rick. Thank you so much. All the love always. Here, welcome. Suswagatam. Here in India, we say like that. Welcome to the beautiful beauty and totality, the beautiful energy of Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute. Welcome to the beautiful energy of all universal knowledge seekers, I will say. And welcome to the beautiful energy of the oneness of the creation, the one planet, one race, one nation for justice and world peace. Welcome. Here, beautiful souls, I want to say the inspiration for me, for the courageous being. For me, they were the most great courageous being. I'm using the word great as a physical form. The great courageous beings, the women in my life, my great grandmother, my grandmother, my mother, and so courageous they are. They were, they are, that they are not the princes, those who has won the race, the competition of horse fight, or won the race for the sword of sword fighting, or like this. But they were the peacemakers, the homemakers. Like when many of the sons and daughters searched for the fathers, the brothers in the war zones, in the battlefields, in the animosities, in the egos, but they never came back. But the mother, and the mother was always there. The mother was always keeping us, warm, healthy, giving us food. So we are living. So that was the peace. Even she was in tears, nothing less than a goddess. They were, they are. And I will say the most courageous woman they are. Hello, Rick, can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Well, I'm saying that the most courageous beings, and I am so inspired by them that as living being I have this experience in my transmutation. I can say like that, like the transmutation I'm going on in the boat with all of them. I feel them around me always. That my child, go ahead in a boat with them, with all the lovers I have and all the beauty and totality. I'm going with the boat through the beautiful crystalline water, making way like the split of the hydrogen. So here I will say that, my dear, courage is the virtue of the heart I love, and I am courageous to face the truth. Many things are recalling, many, many injuries going away, and I jumped in. I have seen bloodshed, but then I have seen my mother in that, in peacefulness, sitting around us, giving us beautiful stories of wisdom, telling us that never do animosity. There's no such thing like enemies, my dear. It's the ego. It's the ego. I know, I know things are sometimes become so bad, but then they indulge them, you know. So in this way, the brother never came, the father never came. But when these goddesses were leaving Earth, some came to pay gratitude to her that you were here. That was inspiration. That was inspiration for all of us. You will be remembered always. And some came for forgiveness, forgave mother. I have done this bad. I shouldn't have gone there. And some came again with the ego. What you have done? You have done nothing. You have no courage. You are just cooking and giving us food. But I know where the courage stands. They were always in unconditional love. Now we are in transmuting ourselves with the boat we are in. So, my dear ones, the courage of the heart, the courage is not sport fighting women or telling that we are equal to men or like that. It's the being that's their ability of oneness, the ability of giving unconditional love, as my mothers, my grandmothers, our grandmothers, and all they have done. And I hope this battlefield, this war will vanish because of their extreme love. And this is going to happen. Man is chief, as my Messiah says, Shriman Venkatesh. We all love him. Thank you. Thank you. Salam, namaste to him. Salute to him. Gratitude to him. And again, I will say, this is few words, my dear, for the courage, the wisdom, the truth, the manifestation of the ethos of the creed to a mother. She's the goddess, I will say. So thank you for listening, and salam, namaste, salute, beautiful souls again. So we can go to the next. It's the reading about, and I welcome listening. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, good morning. Thank you, beautiful souls, for unifying daily and unifying all the time with us, because we are the soul of the peace. Thank you. That extract is for the last teaching from Mr. Keshe, 506. I am talking about the knowledge seekers discussing how actually we can produce something which good creates so easily. We can come up with a solution to copy in a new way. And knowledge seekers think on the way as they experience they have done. But then it got back to a fundamental point of energy, fundamental point of plasma energy. In understanding how energy of the plasma of GANs can be utilized with each other, against each other, and in conjunction with each other. The interesting point for us comes in comprehending the process of creation. Then, in the universe, we should have no problem in finding a way, even as a soul, to add to our energy or to take from our energy source, to go into the higher order and come down to a lower order. When we transmute and we decide to take the direction towards the understanding of the fields of the Creator, what do? And then we go into strength, understanding the strength of the creation towards the unicus. But we still miss home. We want to come back, and we are human. How do we give an energy back? Or how do we reserve the process to become a human? But what is the process of becoming a human soul? How do you do? We don't reverse the position, but how do you give up so much to become back, but knowing the path that you can go out? It's like climbing a mountain, you climb down a rope, but have you got the strength to climb back up? How do you gather that strength while you are hanging in the middle? You are not up or down. What happened to us? How do you dictate this energy? How do we know what to collect? How do we know what to give up? How do we know jump across the fields? Because there is somewhere this as shortcut. There is a way to go across the higher to the lower. Then, as said at the beginning of the interview, there is the formula. is understanding of one's soul strength, understanding of the process of creation in the energy level, not in the matter level, understanding of the totality. And the more we understand of the totality, we find out, we realize we know nothing. Then a new search, a new position is created to understand the next and the next. And when what is beyond the next, and how can I go back to where I started? The hardest point, the one of the what I call most difficult thing for the man will be how to come down. Stepping up is easy because you gather how to become a lower. How do you give unconditionally with a hope that you end up in the physicality of the man? When we dream, we come back to our physicality. We shall start, we reduce the strength of the blood flow. And that's because, in a way, when we climb down on a stone or a tree or whatever to support us, that we can go back up again. Thank you.
When we are in the human body, then we dream. We got that hook. That hook is the physicality. The soul of physicality has anchored us. But when we die, that anchor is not there. That's why we can't come back. But when you have created a condition, when you have the connection between the soul of creation, the soul of creator, the soul of physicality, the soul of the man, then how do you climb up and down this ladder of energies of the universe? There is no calculation. There is no scale. There is no graphs. There is nothing there except the true understanding of the creation. What do we anchor ourselves to come back to earth? And what do we have to give up to become a human? And would many of those who have elevated would like to come back to where they anchored themselves, to pain of physicality, to kill, to live, to destroy, to exist? Now you understand why there is no formulas. It's literally one understanding of his own creation and how he got to it. How do we create that condition? How do we understand which one is the bird and which one is being taken? And what we need to put back in to go up or to come down. This is why I keep on saying that the soul of physicality within the soul of the man is a fundamental point of man to return back. But it's not that easy once you detach yourself from the environment of the plasma of the earth. Jumping and hopping around, yes, you can do. But when you uprooted yourself, when you are going to come back to, this is why I keep on saying, and one day man will understand that resurrection is a fallacy as much as is fusion. Because the soul of man is separated from the soul of physicality. We dumped the anchor. We do it ourselves. We hold on to the anchor. We know where we anchored it. And this is part of our understanding of the totality of the creation. And unfortunately, our souls does not carry a calculator, does not carry a system to reduce or increase or whatever. Then you understand where the feeling comes from. Each feeling creates emotion in a certain condition, in a physical condition. Certain emotions make us cry. Certain emotions make us laugh. Certain emotions make our hair rise. Certain emotions give us the feeling of love. Then you understand from the first teaching of Keshe Foundation, especially in the health, where we did sessions with Dr. Elia Kostova, how I emphasize on emotion. Now that we say it has come home to roost, it has come to the point where we have to understand what our emotion between the soul of physicality, emotion between the soul of the man, plays for man to come back down. And the most interesting is how you can take part of the soul of physicality to feed the soul of the man, to elevate the soul of the man, to meet and become part of the soul of the creator. You don't need to look outside to find an anchor to go up. You look within to find a solution, which is already within you, to create the condition of that elusive magic, what man has dreamt about, to reach, to understand, to be part of the creator. We teach in the language of the creator. And immediately we teach the language of man. Understanding this is cornerstone of the man understanding of the knowledge of the creation. This is why we call ourselves teachers, because we have access to the knowledge of both ends. We were told the alphabet, and we were told the degree of PhDs in how to use the alphabet to make sense for every created things in the universe, and not only man. Thank you.
Would man ever be able to understand this? Even the prophets of the past didn't pass more than one village. Because they couldn't explain, they could not see to teach further, as the man was not ready for that process. It took man billions of years to get to this point, and in some 500 and odd sessions, we taught enough that the man can jump billions ahead to understand more. He's matured enough to technically and scientifically has developed the understanding of science of creation. That it does not need the tool of the man, but he understands the process. And it does not need degrees. It needs understanding of one's own essence of creation. The source of creation, the source of elevation. And then, in the process, man shall not cheat. Man will understand to do the process the way it has to be. Because when you speak about the three ethos of Metra, talk good, do good, think good, just only for yourself and nobody else, you cannot cheat the STM. You can buy the soul of man, by the soul of physicality. And you cannot cheat the soul of physicality by using the soul. Because either one cheats will create demise of the other. Either one gives up, it brings an end. Isn't this what happened in the soul of physicality? Departure? In essence of the time when the soul of man leaves and we call it death, they cannot cheat. So they come to an agreement. They balance the book to be correct. So we understand there is no formula. It cannot be. It's impossible to write a formula how to use the system to elevate your soul. But you can create conditions of you. You can teach how to use that controlling system. We call it the emotion. It's not like using an onion and creating tears and you don't know if that tear is emotion of love or hate or fear. It's just mechanically produced. It carries no emotion. Where the same tears when you love your child and hold it carries the emotion of love. When you lose your mother, the tears of loss bring the emotion of sadness. It's the same job. It's the same liquid. What emotion you put into it creates a condition of physicality. And the soul in finding out what we can do. What is your strength? Can we stand absorbing the emotion of the love of the mother, and can we cry and understand the loss of the mother with the same tear? Thank you.
This is for man to understand how important what man calls emotion is the tool of the control. I reach the destination of I feel good, I manifest myself. The fields in this place are balanced in respect to me, and I feel just, I do good if I appear in the dimension of physicality, and I don't do anything wrong, because then I can manifest the soul of the physicality in this dimension of physicality. Now you understand even the ethos of Metra is for the man himself and not for the others. As each one's soul does not do the correct thing, the other soul will suffer. Then you understand the cornerstone of the teachings of Moses, thou shalt not steal. Then you understand how man has been taught in simple ways, but man always took the dimension of physicality and not the dimension of energy and creation. How man will go to understand this, and how would man endeavor to test this? You have no control over your dreams because you have not learned the emotions. Create the love of the mother, create the joy of the touch, create within you the feeling of the kiss of the mother, and close your eyes. You create a dimension of physicality, and then you dream. In fact, in a dream, you open the channel of the field of the strength, of the emotion, of the love, through the circulation of the blood's flow in the dimension of physicality. Now maybe you understand how it works. Now maybe for the first time, man knows how to create the emotion because it's felt in the dimension of the physicality. So now you have the formula, you have the judgment of it. This is why you cannot dream every time you want to see the mother, because you have not understood the essence of the emotion, which that kiss was created from, was given, and that strength of the emotion which was received by you. Can you measure the emotion? And the other point of this is the recipient of the emotion has created same feeling as you. I dreamed about my mother anytime I like. She is present all the time around me. The fact is, that time, that emotion was the true emotion, and you have learned the way.
Now, sorry. Now try to do it with the dad passed away years ago, about the dog you loved when you were a child. See if you can. Can you repeat it? Then you start learning about the measurement of the emotion, what emotion you created. This is how, as I said many times, we go to 100,000 football stadium. Then you have no connection to no one. You have never been. Oh, I lost my place. There we go. Sorry. Then you have no connection to no one. If you've ever been to one, when you stand in that stadium, when you stand with 100,000 people, you create a different love, a different emotion, and then you all chant and shout at the same time, the same thing. And what emotion used to raise, oh, here I go again. And then you all chant and create the same time, the same thing. And what emotion used to raise amongst the men, amongst the soul, amongst the emotion. And trying to understand how we can even synchronize emotion, that 1,000 of us, 10,000 of us can at the same time land on the same planet and colonize in one go. Not one man landing, hoping you find another soul. This is where the true colonization will come. This is where I explained many, many times, billion population or 8 billion population on this planet is not enough. If man starts truly colonizing and truly work together to bring that change, go to destinations and start making colonies of the true love of the creator in the essence of the soul of the man. I'm a tiny boy standing in the stadium. What emotion created within us is balanced and in common with the others. In anybody of you understand this, what commotion will create among the other souls to hear what you say. then you understand how hard it is to create that voice, that emotion in the soul of every created thing on the planet, on this planet, that thou shalt not kill. What is the abhorrent, the feeling of the killing that the man will feel together, and at the same time man stops killing. Now you understand. How come we dream with the emotion of the mother, and then we dream about the mother and the father together? So we are capable of creating different emotions, but at the same time, and connecting with them to each other in a way, in the dimension of the field of the emotion of the man, we call it the emotion towards the mother of the father. But in fact, we can connect them to each other at different strength, or through the common denominator to be the same. But if you understand this, then you can create different dimensions of emotion. What is next? What have you been blind to? Or what you've been ignorant to? If you can connect and see the mother and the father who passed away, and then understand through the common denominator, then isn't it logical that through the essence of the creation, we see the third, which could be the soul of the creator, at the same time as the mother and the father? But with them, we give the dimension of physicality. What about the soul energy, the fields of the creator? And then something happens. You say, this guy is blessed. No, because he has managed to create the direction and dimension and connection and feeling of the emotion of the creation. Even a planet has emotion. Even a star has an emotion. And when man understands this, you can understand the emotion of the planet even before you go to it. You don't need to be there. Thank you.
Dean?
Okay, I continue, Andreas. You called it GANs, you called it whatever you like. You put it in the table of elements, but you never understood the element which has created you from the energies of the Creator. Your path, your way, and your direction and dimension to that position in time and space and place you call the Creator. Maybe now you look at the life why you exist the way you exist, and maybe again you find the path to your Creator. When you drink that water, the energy of it is instantaneous. One hydrogen feeds the soul connection to the Creator, and one feeds the physicality of the man. And even when you breathe, you say, I'm taking oxygen. I'm creating connection with the hydrogen fields of my lung to keep the circulation of the fields of the soul of the man that is connected to the field of physicality of the man and ongoing. And when you cut one out the other, you call it death. Now we understand, maybe you understand more, that even the earth, the water, the field strength of it is the essence of your creation and not the matter of it. Then maybe you will understand a little bit more why we come from different parts of this planet, and then we have different emotions. We have different features according to that emotion. The hydrogen created in one part is slightly different, but consistent with the inertia fields of the place creates that image. Everything which connects man to the life of his physicality is connected to the both. Otherwise, you don't have it. Look at the structure of your amino acid. That oxygen magnetic field of the planet Earth, the hydrogen, connection to the dimension of the soul of the man, and the soul of the Creator to the dimension of life on this planet, free till the point it comes in touch with the water. When you have amino acid and no water, you have no life in the dimension of soul of creation. When you create that sack of protein and you put water in it, you create life, a cell. Because now it's connected both to the dimension of the matter state of the position, time, and place we call Earth, and to the soul and to the Creator. Now you understand why some of you get so fat through the emotion, and why some of you get cancer through the same emotion, and why through the same emotion and the same water you fall in love. In past 10 minutes, I have explained the wisdom of the creation all the way from the Creator to the man. I keep on talking about the emotion. What emotion you put to that protein and what emotion you put to that water. Thank you.
You call it a GANs. You called it whatever you like. You put it in the table of elements, but you never understood the element which has created you from the energies of the Creator. Your path, your way, and your direction and dimension to that position in time and space and place you call the Creator. Maybe now you look at the life, why you exist the way you exist. And maybe again you find the path to your Creator. When you drink that water, the energy of it is instantaneous. One hydrogen feeds the soul, connection to the Creator, and one feeds the physicality of the man. And even when you breathe, you say, I'm taking oxygen. I'm creating connection within the hydrogen fields of my lung to keep the circulation in the fields of the soul of the man. That is connected to the field physicality of the man, ongoing. And when you cut one out, the other, you call it death. Now we understand. Maybe you understand more that even the earth, the water, the field strength of it is the essence of your creation and not the matter of it. Then maybe you'll understand a little bit more why we come from different parts of this planet. And then we have different emotions. We have different features according to that emotion. The hydrogen created in one part is slightly different, but consistent with the inertia fields of the place creates that image. Everything which connects man to the life of physicality is connected to the both. Otherwise, you don't have it. Look at the structure of your amino acid, that oxygen magnetic field of the planet Earth, the hydrogen connection to the dimension of the soul of the man, and the soul of the Creator, to the dimension of life on this planet. Till the point it comes in touch with the water. When you have amino acid and no water, you have no life in the dimension of soul, of creation. And why the same emotion and the same water you fall in love? In the past 10 minutes, I've explained the wisdom of the creation, all the way from the Creator to the man. I keep on talking about the emotion. Thank you.
And why through the same emotion and the same water you fall in love? in past 10 minutes, I explained the winsome of the creation all the way from the creator to the man. I keep on talking about the motion. Thank you. Okay. What emotion you put to that protein and what emotion you put to that water. In a way, by controlling and you calling cell content salinity, you detect the same cell to be the cell of the hair, to be the cell of the lung, to be part of the emotion of the creation within the brain of the man. I have given to the secret of creation. I am sure one day one man will understand what is the being explaining. And then if you do, you have found your path to exist in both dimensions as we do. Thank you.
In a way, you connect to the soul, and physicality stays the same, but depends which soul in which dimension and direction shares the knowledge, the transmutation, and the source of the creation at the same time through the same field strength of the source. And then you understand why everything in the universe has one common denominator, comes from the same, in field strength, not in the physicality of a body. I've taught you a lot today, if you understood. I opened the secret passage of life on this planet and beyond. I showed you the way to your creator, and I'm sure you still will be blind to understand it in the knowledge of the emotion, to be able to create that condition for your own survival. Thank you.
Then you understand why man is so physical, and then you understand why the physicality has been detrimental for him to reach to his creator in the dimension of the field. You get the letter shot coming through the past, coming through the post or something, somebody, sorry, where am I? Reach to his creator in the dimension of the field. You get the letter shot coming through the post or something. Somebody sends you a letterbox and gives you an indication of what it'll be. Some of the information received as a dream is that letterbox. It's a mass distribution of things or individual distribution of emotion, and depends what we connect with and what we are in touch with. And then we receive information to correct what was as a dream. Thank you.
Andreas?
Yes, sorry. I lost myself also here a little bit. This is for the man to understand. Sorry, I don't know where I am here now.
Okay. Take over, Andreas.
It's close to the end. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you.
You receive connection the way like you want to see mom. But mom is not there, and you can't dream tonight about it. Or you wait, what happens? Oh, I see my mom every day. I want to speak. Because you have that connection of the souls. So it manifests itself different. But you understand it in a different way. And we interpret it in different way. But in essence, if we become aware of how dreams are structured, everything will have a meaning and has a reason, and for it to be understood. What emotion we carry dictates the condition of the dream, and we understand this. What emotion we carry from the first teachings of the medical part, now you understand, decides the position, the time and the place and the shape, the color and even the word we speak of our existence. We have to decide, and which part is what we decide to have. And what's the reason of that? Or is it a message for the next steps or the next stages? And what we learn from it or remember from it, and what we change for that to happen or not to happen. Man has not understood the connection between the soul of the man and even the physical structure of the man through the soul of physicality. Then it's you who controls that cancer. And even the position of the cancer is controlled by the emotion. Thank you very much.
Thank you for beautiful souls for the read. Rick, next line, please. Thank you. This is the wishes from the Universal Council and Universal Supporters. We, the Universal Council, give from our soul to all souls in existence to receive our unconditional love and to be touched by the love of the Creator. We are present from your soul. Thank you.
We are present. Thank you. Thank you, my dear. And to the next slide, my dear. Here, more beautiful wishes. And I welcome you, Mark, to read the beautiful wish. Thank you.
I can speak if you want. I don't know if you can hear me properly.
Yes, yes, I can hear you. Please, please, go ahead.
Go ahead.
We, the Universal Council, wish for the elevation of the whole soul to be able to feel unconditional love from the Creator. We present.
Beautiful. We are present. Moving to the next slide. Here I welcome you, Mark, to read the beautiful wish.
We, the Universal Council, wish for humanity to live by the ethos of Metra and be the peace. Hear our command. Our wish is our command.
We are present. Thank you. Beautiful. Beautiful wishes,
Yes,
my dear.
we are present.
Yeah.
Shweta, may I add something?
Yes, hello?
In the cycle of man on this planet, there's nothing higher than the wishes of the soul, unanimous soul of the Universal Council. If the soul of the Universal Council in unity wishes, becomes a command for the soul of humanity and beyond. And sooner or later, mankind comes to understand. It's the words of Mr. Keshe. Thank you.
Beautiful. Beautiful, Jacob. Thank you, Michael. Now we can go to the next slide. This is soul connection. Welcome, Jacob. My dear.
Yes. The soul connection is this time a little bit different, because I will read it in my native language. So the soul connection calls on Dutch zielsverbinding. Ik vraag jullie allemaal om je ziel te openen. voor deze multiverbinding van zielen. We nemen een comfortabele positie in om te ontspannen. We ademen langzaam in en eruit via onze neus. En hierbij ondersteunen we onze ziel met de energie die nodig is. We breiden onze zielen uit, ver over de grenzen van Moeder Aarde. En we verbinden ons met alle zielen die werken aan vrede. We verbinden ons met de kenniszoekers, de universele raadzielen en de ziel van de universele raad. Hierdoor verbinden we ons met onze universele familie, die klaarstaat om met ons open armen te ontvangen. We verbinden ons met de systemen die ons ondersteunen bij het proces van de zielenverruiming. We verbinden ons met meneer Keshe en danken hem voor zijn liefde voor de mensheid. Met Metra in de schoonheid van de interactie van de velden. Met onze schepper, de liefde van de schepping. We doen dit via de vredenskoepel. En in gedachten reiken we elkaars handen. We delen onze onvoorwaardelijke liefde aan iedereen die het nodig heeft. En we doen dit in stilte.
Thank you for your Dutch language.
I'm not ready. Venus, please stop. I'm not ready. Nu komen we langzaam terug. En we danken alle zielen die meewerken aan deze manifestatie van vrede op aarde. Hartelijk dank. Thank you all. Mirnes, please continue.
Yes, I think we were wondering what you say. But it was beautifully said. It was poetic.
Mirnes, it is extra because I told it on soul level and on physical level. And as a representative of the Dutch language, it was a question of Lissy. And I think it's a very beautiful thing because you feel the emotion, the essence behind. And then you don't need to understand the words.
It was soft and poetic and like velvet stuff. It was friendship and love and things good, beautiful things.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Then we can go to the next slide, please. Thank you.
Here is the plasma connection video. from our beautiful Claudia and answers from Mary. Beautiful sessions always, hard work, of course. And I thank you to Claudia. Thank you so much, Marjorie. So we can play the video, Marjorie.
Okay, I'm just getting that lined up here and just make sure we're at the right point. Yes. Okay, from plasma connection number 100. Here we go.
So, Maria, do you want to explain what are you doing now in English?
You want me to read the slides or?
Yes, that I did from the,
okay. Yeah.
teaching.
Yes. So it's an excerpt from the 504th Knowledge Seekers Workshop. And this drawing is the soul of the man. And this is Mr. Keshe's talking. It's very much like when you get the spaghetti. You put it on a plate and you twist it and twist it. At the beginning, the field, the end of the spaghetti is somewhere in the plate, twisted and turned. And as you turn the two ends of the spaghetti, get tighter and tighter around the spoon and the fork. My understanding of this metaphor used was perfect, showing that after the formation of our soul, the fields that were initially loose becomes more twisted and stronger as it gains field strength. So it becomes more gravitational. I understand that this is what the Keshe plasma technology is doing, but in a faster way.
Então, o primeiro slide diz assim: é muito parecido quando você pega o espaguete. Você coloca em um prato e o torce. No começo, o campo, a ponta do espaguete está em algum lugar no prato, torcido e virado. E à medida que você vira as duas pontas do espaguete, elas se apertam cada vez mais em torno da colher e do garfo. O meu entendimento sobre essa metáfora utilizada foi perfeita, mostrando que após a formação da nossa alma, os campos que inicialmente eram frouxos vão se tornando mais torcidos e fortes, à medida que ela vai ganhando força de campos, portanto se tornará mais gravitacional. Entendo que é isso que a tecnologia do Plasma Keshe está fazendo, porém de uma maneira mais rápida.
The size of that plate will not change, but the amount of the spaghetti you twist around the fork will grow. In this slide, as I understand it, it's demonstrating that there is no difference in the physicality of human beings, whether rich, poor, black, white, yellow, etc., but rather the difference in the soul field strength that each person has.
Então, eles falam assim: o tamanho desse prato não mudará, mas a quantidade de espaguete que você torce ao redor do garfo vai aumentar. Então, nesse slide, no meu entendimento, está demonstrando que não existe diferença na fisicalidade dos seres humanos, seja ele rico, pobre, negro, branco, amarelo, e etc. E sim a diferença de força de campo da alma que cada pessoa possui.
This is the way the soul of the man is. At the beginning, it's that loose sponge. And when it gathers enough energy and twists itself to become solid and gathers enough fields, then it can overcome the field strength of the soul of physicality and it breaks through. see that the size of the plate hasn't changed, but rather the field strength of that soul. And at the point it has enough energy, similar to the ball, we'll see man succeed in inverting the field strength of the soul and the soul of physicality, and thus transmute.
Então é assim que é a alma do homem. No começo é uma esponja solta, e quando ela reúne energia suficiente e se torce para se tornar sólida e reúne campos suficientes, então ela pode superar a força do campo da alma, da fisicalidade e rompe. Vejam que o tamanho do prato não mudou, e sim o campo de força da alma. E no ponto que ela tiver energia suficiente, semelhante à bola, veremos o homem conseguir inverter a força de campo da alma e a alma da fisicalidade, e assim transmutar. Próximo.
Yes. And when you dream, it's one of those dreams. The end of it is still inside the spaghetti pile coming out, connected to the mother and the uncle and the rest, as it passes from one spaghetti to the other to gather its strength with the center of the fork. See again that the shape of the plate hasn't changed, and that all of us, when we sleep and dream, expand our soul, and it's at this point that time and space no longer exist, even though you are connected to your physicality. When we dream, there is a connection between all existing souls, whether the person is in physicality or not. We can connect with whatever we want. And not only that, we can also increase the field strength of our soul, even when we are asleep, because you just changed dimension.
E quando você sonha, é um desses fluxos. O final dele ainda está dentro da pilha de espaguete saindo, conectado à mãe e ao tio e ao resto, conforme ele passa de um espaguete para o outro, reunindo sua força no centro do garfo. Então vejam novamente que a força do prato, que a forma do prato não mudou, e que todos nós, quando dormimos e sonhamos, expandimos a nossa alma. E é nesse ponto que não existe mais tempo e espaço, apesar de você estar conectado à sua fisicalidade. Quando sonhamos, existe uma conexão entre todas as almas existentes, esteja a pessoa na fisicalidade ou não. Podemos nos conectar com quem quisermos, e não apenas isso, podemos também aumentar a força de campo de nossas almas, mesmo dormindo, porque você apenas mudou de dimensão.
If you understand this, then you understand how your life is, and how in the universe you need to understand to gather fields from the universe to be able to survive. And then you understand the soul of the man. From the beginning is the same, as you are a child in a small size and you grow bigger and you become stronger. So is the soul of the man within the center of the brain of the man. It twists more and it gathers more strength. And when that strength reaches that it gathered enough, he can overcome the strength of the fields of the soul of physicality and strength of the physicality of the body of the man. And it leaves for his new destination. The fork, when it's tightened enough, spaghetti on it, flies from the plate to your mouth. That's his final destination. This text has broadened my understanding of the cycle of creation. I think we all stopped to ask ourselves, who am I? Where did I come from? Where am I going? see that the growth never stops once our soul is created. It's a dynamic and infinite cycle.
Então, se você entender isso, então você entenderá como é a sua vida e como no universo você precisa entender para reunir campos do universo para poder sobreviver. E então você entenderá a alma do homem. Desde o início é o mesmo. Como você é uma criança em um tamanho pequeno e cresce e você fica mais forte, assim como a alma do homem no centro do cérebro do homem. Ele se torce mais e reúne mais força. E quando essa força atinge o suficiente, ele pode superar a força dos campos da alma da fisicalidade e a força da fisicalidade do corpo do homem e parte para um novo destino. O garfo, quando está apertado o suficiente com o espaguete nele, voa do prato para sua boca. Essa é a sua destinação final. Então, esse texto ampliou o meu conhecimento sobre o ciclo da criação. Acho que todos nós já paramos para se perguntar: quem sou, da onde vim e para onde vou? Vejam que o crescimento nunca para depois que nossa alma é criada. É um ciclo dinâmico e infinito.
The question is, where does your spaghetti of soul, of fields of the universe, will end up when the physicality of the man has no strength to hold on to it, and it's strong enough to take his flight of fancy? And as I always said, what sauce have you put on it? Is it carbonara or bolognese? So what kind of sauce are you giving to your life? Are you doing the things you like? Are you happy? Know that you are important and part of the universe. So our gestures, attitudes, and emotions, which constitute our ethos, influences everyone.
Então a pergunta é: onde o seu espaguete da alma, dos campos do universo, irá parar? Quando a fisicalidade do homem não tem força para segurá-lo e ele é forte o suficiente para fazê-lo o seu voo de fantasia. E como eu sempre disse, que molho você colocou nele? É carbonara ou bolonhesa? Então, que tipo de molho você está dando para a sua vida? Você está fazendo as coisas que você gosta? Você está feliz? Saiba que você é importante e faz parte do universo. Então, nossos gestos, atitudes e emoções, que fazem parte do nosso ethos, influenciam a todos.
Life. This photo shows the cycle of life, of our planet, of our solar system, and of our universe. Is your soul in the orange spot, which are more magnetic, or are you in the blue spot, which is more gravitational?
Então, esse slide mostra a vida, que seria a nossa vida, do nosso planeta, do nosso sistema solar e do nosso universo. A sua alma está no ponto laranja, que é mais magnética, ou você está no ponto azul, que é mais gravitacional?
Gaps. Everything needs a gap for there to be life, because this distance between the strength fields creates dynamism, creates the dance of the magravs. Otherwise, everything would be static. And distances are extremely important for the formation of the different types of fields.
Então, esses são os gaps. Tudo precisa de gap para que haja vida, porque essa distância entre os gaps, entre os campos de força, criam o dinamismo, criam a dança magrave. Caso contrário, tudo seria estático, parado, e a distância é extremamente importante para a formação dos diversos tipos de campos.
Legacy. What legacy will you leave? This toroid-shaped image shows lines connecting everything and everyone, but we can't see with our physical eyes. Yet we can feel and see with the eyes of the soul. We are one.
Esse slide mostra o legado. Qual legado você deixará? Essa imagem em forma de toros mostra linhas conectando tudo e a todos, porém não enxergamos com os nossos olhos físicos, mas podemos sentir e ver com os olhos da alma. Somos um.
Nothing is flat in the universe. Everything is curved and dynamic.
Então nada é plano no universo, tudo é curvo e dinâmico.
What is happening to our planet? In this picture above, see that the fields that are surrounding our planet are getting narrower, and at some point Earth will have nowhere to run, and due to the reduction in the space between adjacent plasmas, reduction of the gap, Earth will unite with the nearest star, remember the magnets, to form a new star, which will be more gravitational, and the beings that inhabits this new star will have to balance to this new environment and to the field strength.
Então, é uma foto que mostra o que está acontecendo com o nosso planeta. Então, nessa foto acima, vejam que os campos que estão envolvendo o nosso planeta estão ficando mais estreitos e, em algum momento, a Terra não terá para onde correr, devido à redução do espaço entre os plasmas adjacentes, que seriam a redução dos gaps. A Terra irá se unir com a estrela mais próxima, lembre-se dos ímãs, para formar uma nova estrela, que será mais gravitacional, e os seres que habitarem esta nova estrela terão que se equilibrar a esse novo ambiente e aos campos de força. Acho que você pulou um slide, Cris.
This photo shows how our solar system is. The sun is more gravitational. Planet Earth is moving towards the sun, and in order to change the field line towards the stronger strength field, energy is necessary.
Então, essa foto mostra como é o nosso sistema solar. O Sol seria o mais gravitacional. O planeta Terra está indo em direção ao Sol. E para mudar a linha de campo em direção a um campo de força mais forte, há necessidade de energia.
Yes, I have brought the autonomy of the ear for you to understand why the sessions that Mr. Keshe is doing are being done through the headphones. These sessions can have an effect on your soul because in the inner ear there is a structure called the cochlea with a morphology similar to a vortex. It has two walls, one membranous and the other bony, functioning as if it were a magrav. And the nerve of the ear is the
Vestibulocochlear.
Yeah, nerve, which leaves the inner ear towards the thalamus, which represent the emotions of our brain.
Então, eu trouxe a anatomia do ouvido para entenderem o porquê as sessões que o Sr. Keshe está fazendo através dos fones de ouvido. Essas sessões podem afetar a sua alma, porque no ouvido interno existe uma estrutura chamada cóclea, com uma morfologia semelhante a um vórtex. Apresentam duas paredes, uma membranosa e a outra óssea, funcionando como se fosse uma grave. E o nervo do ouvido interno é o vestíbulo coclear, que sai do ouvido interno em direção ao tálamo, que representa a emoção do nosso cérebro.
Soul gravitational, unconditional love. Finally, this photo shows the similarity between the soul, the term gravitational and unconditional love. And the question remains, where will your spaghetti of the soul and the fields of the universe end up? Will you stay in the more magnetic fields like a dust, or will you have enough fields to create a new dimension?
Então, esse slide mostra a alma, o gravitacional e o amor incondicional. Então, por fim, essa foto mostra a similaridade entre alma, o termo gravitacional e o amor incondicional. E a pergunta que fica é, onde seu espaguete da alma e dos campos do universo irá parar? Você ficará nos campos mais magnéticos, como uma poeira, ou terá campos suficientes para criar uma nova dimensão?
So, everyone, that's what I wanted to bring you today, so that we can intentionally reflect on our attitudes and intentions. Will we be able to climb the steps to find the light? Thank you, Mr. Keshe, for all this teaching, and everyone for listening. Good night.
Então, pessoal, foi isso que eu quis trazer hoje para vocês, para nós refletirmos internamente sobre as nossas atitudes e intenções. Será que conseguiremos subir os degraus para encontrar a luz? Então, obrigada, Sr. Keshe, por todo o ensinamento e a todos por ouvirem. Boa noite. That's it.
Yes.
Thank you to read, Marie. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so then we are on the first questions of the answers, questions and answers from Plasma Plasma Connection to from the Universal Council. Okay, first question: how does technology define Metra?
Então, agora vamos começar com as perguntas e respostas do Conselho Universal. Então, a primeira pergunta é, como a tecnologia define Metra?
And the first answer, Metra is the perfection of fields in manifestation.
A primeira resposta é, Metra é a perfeição dos campos em manifestação.
And there's another answer, Metra is the reflection of the unconditional love of the Creator in everything that exists, in all forms, including knowledge, the beauty of any being. For this reason, everything that exists has a soul.
Então, a segunda resposta é, Metra é o reflexo do amor incondicional do Criador, em tudo que existe em todas as formas, incluindo o conhecimento, a beleza de qualquer ser. Por essa razão, tudo que existe possui uma alma.
And there's another answer. From my understanding, Metra is the collective soul that makes as totality the soul of the earth, like the collective souls of your cells in the body makes the soul of physicality.
Então, outra resposta é, pela minha compreensão, Metra é a alma coletiva que compõe, como totalidade, a alma da Terra, assim como as almas coletivas de suas células no corpo compõem a alma da fisicalidade.
And there's another answer. Metra is universal, so there is a collective form and the form of a single soul being. Technology, universal plasma, is the manifestation of magnitude, material or non-material, according to the need of all souls in existence.
Então, Metra é universal. Portanto, há uma forma coletiva e uma forma única da alma ser. A tecnologia, que seria a plasma universal, é a manifestação de magnitude, material ou não material, de acordo com a necessidade de todas as almas existentes.
And there is another answer. Metra is an energy. It's the fields which emits from the center of the creator. These fields manifest themselves according to the strength and the position in different features and structures. Or, as Mr. Keshe says in Knowledge Seekers Workshop 498, I am in command through the interaction of the fields of my soul to create what my wishes are in the dimension of the wishes of Metra. We are all servants to her and nothing else. And through serving her, we serve the Creator and nothing else. And Metra is not a created creation. It's not an entity. It's the principle of interaction of the fields of the universe. It's a path of living. It's the way you interact to lead to creation of the perfection.
Então, outra resposta é: Mitra é uma energia. É o campo que emana do centro do Criador. Esses campos se manifestam de acordo com a força e a posição em diferentes características e estruturas. Ou como o Sr. Keshe diz no KSW 498, ele fala assim: estou no comando, através da interação do campo da minha alma, de criar o que são os meus desejos na dimensão dos desejos de Mitra. Todos somos servos dela, e de mais nada. E ao servi-la, servimos o Criador, e de mais nada. E Mitra não é uma criação criada, não é uma entidade, é o princípio da interação dos campos do universo. É um caminho de viver, é a forma como você interage para levar à criação da perfeição.
Okay, I believe that's the excerpt from that plasma connection. And we'll put the link to plasma connection in the chat here as well for people.
Thank you, Marjorie. Beautiful, beautiful explanation. Beautiful. Well, you're learning, and this is so beautiful to learn. And this is, soul to soul. It's so beautiful. And we are elevating ourselves in every teaching, in every learning. This is the beauty of the universal knowledge. So thank you, my dear. Thank you, Claudia. My dear, thank you, Mary, for your beautiful clarification, beautiful images. Thank you. And thank you so, so much. Now we can go to the next slide, Marjorie. Yes, the link is in the chat. Here again, we have excerpts from the 506 Knowledge Seeker Workshop. Very important, as we all have to focus and practice, as we see, like every day, every moment, indeed. Thank you, Michael.
Okay, we have a suggested excerpt from the 506 Knowledge Seekers Workshop from October 5th, just a few days ago, starting at 48 minutes. Oops, just hang on a second here. Somewhere. Okay. having to do with the oxygen and hydrogen. Can you let me get that shared properly with the sound? Again, this is an excerpt from the 506 Knowledge Seekers workshop.
Party tables are set. Which fruit, which sandwich, which drink you want to take from this table. Are you drinking with a maid? Are you having your fruit, having a chat with your mom? You're taking the food for your child, which is hungry. It's the same table. It's the same energy. It's the same love of the Creator. It's you who will compartment it. You put it in there. I want to see Mom. And this is the energy I need to see Mom. This is the energy I need to feed myself. And it's the energy which brings me the flow of the fields of the universe I call water. Man has not even understood the power, the strength, the life and understanding of the fields of the water he drinks, and 95% of his body depends on. Isn't the essence of the creation holding to the gravity of this planet, as we always had? In the matter state, magnetic fields are measured by iron. We call it magnets. And have we said many times that in the dimension of the gas and liquid, that the magnetic field is oxygen. And then, how come you have not understood through that essence of initial stage, the fundamental energy of the plasma of the hydrogen, and two of it, one connected to the energy levels of the man and one connected to the energy of the universe and the creation and the Creator, you still live and you're ignorant to it. This is the secret of life on this planet. And it's the same right across the universe. The lover has never forgotten his love. You call it H2O and you don't even understand what it means. You're so physical. Why do you need two of the same to be connected to the dimension of physicality of this universe, of the planet of the man? Now you understand. What you drink gives you access to both your soul of physicality and your Creator, and you've been ignorant to it because you never understood. You called it against, you called it whatever you like. You put it in the table of elements, but you never understood the elements which has created you from the energies of the Creator, your path, your way, and your direction and dimension to that position and time and the space and place you call the Creator. Maybe now you look at the life, why you exist the way you exist, and maybe again you find a path to your Creator. But don't forget, just because man decided to call it 2 hydrogen, as I said, there is no measure one that you can add it up. You find access. When you drink that water, the energy of it is instantaneous. One hydrogen feeds the soul connection to the Creator, and one feeds the physicality of it. And even when you breathe, you say, I'm taking oxygen. I'm creating connection within the hydrogen fields of my lung to keep the circulation of the fields of the soul of the man that is connected to the field of physicality of the man ongoing. And when you cut one off the other, you call it death. And then you understand how little you understood. Even from what it created you, what you depends on it, that what connects you to the Creator. And that's the strangest part. And I always wonder how much man will run around ignoring what is being his and connection to him and to his creator, and in ignorance, as I always say, is a bliss. Now you understand. Maybe. Now maybe you understand more that even the earth, the water, the field, the strength of it is the essence of your creation and not the matter of it. Then maybe you understand a little bit more why we come from different part of this planet. And then we have different emotions. We have different features according to that emotion. The hydrogen created in one part is slightly different, but consistent with the inertial fields of the place creates that image. Does not matter what you do. If we keep a man in a certain position for long enough, he will change from black to Chinese, and from Chinese to black. Does not need that evolution of the time crossing the Straits of Hormuz and splitting to the north, to the west, to the east to become Chinese, European, or Russian, and the rest. And you can speed this up in one instant if you understand the process. In the upcoming conference in London, people will try to show you this through the dimension of physicality, but you understand the knowledge, and to the ignorant people of the public who have no clue, this is magic. Everything which connects man to the life of his physicality is connected to the both. Otherwise you don't have it. Look at the structure of your amino acid. That oxygen, magnetic field of the planet Earth, the hydrogen, connection to the dimension of the soul of the man and the soul of the creator, to the dimension of life on this planet, free till the point it comes in touch with the water. When you have amino acid and no water, you have no life in the dimension of solar creation. When you create,
I think that's as far as we wanted to go on that. Is that correct? I had it 56 minutes, so.
Yes. Thank you, my dear Rick. The two atoms of hydrogen and one oxygen. Well, I will say thank you. Thank you for playing the video. And so much we have to understand to create the balance, indeed, the beautiful waters. And what I can say that, yes, of course, if any beautiful souls have their own experience of the waters, the splitting of hydrogen, or there's a squeezing of space going on, so that we can create the new squeezing of the oxygen or flowing of the hydrogen like free waters. So I welcome beautiful souls to have your way of transmutation or your way of understanding the waters. Welcome. Thank you.
Okay, well, we
Yes,
have
okay.
in the
Yes, yes.
Q&A. Is it the right time for that?
Yes, yes, of course, my dear.
Okay, well, I can read. It's from Syed, who says, hello, blessings. What is the reason behind our entrance into different consciousness states by using binaural beats technology? I think there's probably a connection with plasma fields when we enter different meditative states of our consciousness. Thanks. I'll just mention that binaural beats technology is using sound in use two different beats in each left and right headphones, and you can change your consciousness by that process. It's been around for quite some time.
Yes, thank you, my dear. Of course. Different binaural beats are there. Thank you, my dear Syed, for asking the question. And this is our point of understanding or perceiving, or like somewhere some vibrates, some understands and create this balance in different conscious levels with the binaural beat. But sometimes we even see or hear the music of the universe, or hear the music without any music. We hear that. We hear the sound of a garden, the sound of flowers, and we get this conscious level of, well, you can say beauty and totality. Even when a mother gives birth to a child, the child cries and the mother is laughing and happy. And the child's cry is like a music for her. So it is different for different people, my dear, of course. When we say, here, I will say one thing, that this is the song or the song of the Creator. When we go through different levels of consciousness and sometimes go like neutral and in the I am position, as you said, in different levels. For different individual, it's different, but that is when you say a binaural beat is a universal song for you, and a child's cry is a universal song for a mother. So, my dear Said, I don't know I have given you the right perspective, but this is the way everybody have their own way of hearing, receiving, feeling this emotion of music. No? So, anybody else, I welcome. Sorry.
May I add?
Oh, yes.
We talk about emotion. And what is emotion? It is energy in motion. And if we look back to what Claudia and Marie just said in the plasma connection, this explaining from the ear and how this energy is transformed or converted to this energy of the soul. And if we start to understand this, we also see the link. And then you can call it beats, you can call it whatever you want. In the end, it is the energy in motion that makes the difference and the connection. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. It's Dean here. I'd like to add some comments, if that's possible, to the needs and wishes. Being present now,
Yes,
I'd like to thank you, Shweta. Being present now, I'd like to thank Andreas for stepping in and for being part in that moment, for speaking the words that are the teachings of Mr. Keshe that were brought forward by the Universal Council and were given for the soul that is present in physicality called Dean to read. And in that moment, Dean wasn't present. And so another soul of physicality stepped forward, and the solar man delivered the message. And then a little bit later on, that message was respoken again by Mr. Keshe. And those words meant a lot in the fact that it's the emotion, and it's the thing that we always touch. So when we bring the needs and wishes forward, we bring the emotion of the waters of the connection of the hydrogen to planet Earth. And then when we drink those waters, when we feel the emotion, we create many different interactions. And in this moment, from the emotions of experience of being present and like all of us, experiencing many, many different interactions and conditions, emotions that have been brought forward through being present in this moment, because there is really this moment. And when we align ourselves, when we've expressed ourselves, when we've spoken the words, breathed the air, each and every element that we receive is from the Creator, and we're all part of it, and you're part of it. And as I speak these words, they are the words that are spoken by you too, and the words that you speak, I receive. So we have to be positive. We have to be magnetical. We have to give. We have to understand that each and every thing that is spoken, each and every field strength that is given, delivered, brought forward in a field energy transfer becomes part of everything else. The interaction goes from one being to another being. That being is part of a bigger picture in a totality that is going back to the creation, the Creator. We're all involved. We're all part of it. And all the beautiful teachings and all the wonderful souls that have come forward in this moment and spoken again today through the creation that's been brought forward onto planet Earth for humanity to understand once more the beauty of the knowledge of the universe. And as beings of planet Earth and many beings that are present throughout the Unicos, they may be present within this locality of planet Earth right now, or they may be viewing from another distant place. However, those words and those feelings, those emotions, those interactions that we have right now in each and every moment, this moment, carry a field strength that reaches and enhances and gives to others. So when we understand this, we act in a certain way, we speak in a certain way, and we do things in a certain way. And the reason we do this is because it's in line with the creation. It's in line with being present and giving back the understanding that we've gained through the knowledge that's been transferred and given by all the knowledge seekers, by the wonderful Universal Council that are present in these moments. But there's also the Earth Council, there's the core team, there's Mr. Keshe himself. The fields are present of all the souls present. And when you have been part of this journey and part of this understanding, then you start to want to, as I've spoken about, give and feel and sense in a slightly different way. And it's never ending. And wherever you are on the spiral, on this consciousness, on this field strength, on this soul travel, in the physicality, is something that you are projecting to yourself and to others, for them to know that you are present, to know that you have, as I say, a presence of physicality, The soul of man, doesn't need this, doesn't need to confirm his existence by having a physical conversation, by having a body that has binaural beats to create an elevation. The soul doesn't need this. However, the soul, in its guidance and its wisdom, brings this to the physicality to elevate it, to give it the emotion to take the superhighway back to the creation, to the creator, in this never-ending spiral of creation. And as Marie and Jacko have spoken about, and it was spoken by Claudia as well, that we have this ability as a plasma, as a magnet, to be gravitational, to be attracted. And so like the earth is being attracted back to the core. So it's on a spiral that is being, that is twisting and turning in a dimension, in a space. And where the space is where all the energy flows. And that energy is a plasmatic condition. And that plasmatic condition is part of your being. And you're on this small, beautiful, large planet Earth that is spiraling around the core of another physical being. And that physical being has a dimension of a field strength that radiates from the core, the essence of creation in this moment. And you, I, we are present, experiencing this, speaking about it, enhancing ourselves and enhancing others. So from my viewpoint, I'd like to thank Andreas again for stepping forward as a brave and beautiful soul and speaking the words from the teachings and the ethics and the beauty of Mr. Keshe and the Keshe Foundation, and the knowledge that has then been shared, and the Universal Council's unconditional love for humanity, bringing about the condition of this love in this moment, spiraling back to the Creator, for all of us to experience the elevation of the soul of man. So the needs and wishes, my wishes are present in this moment, as with all of humanity, for us to elevate and to be present in this moment. Thank you all.
Thank you, Majirik. Thank you, Dean. Beautiful, beautiful words. Beautiful. There's a hands up, as Mark has said. We have a hands up. Nick, there's a.
Yes, thank you. My name is Nick Vallas from Sydney.
Welcome.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Welcome, Majirik.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Universal Council. And thank you, all the knowledge seekers. Peace and elevation beyond your souls. What I'd like to talk about, my interpretation of, and my experience, what I've seen on the soul level and elevating the soul. And my interpretation of what Mr. Keshe has said about think good, do good, act good, and be good. And using the workshops. Now, my interpretation, the soul is like a balloon. When you think good, do good, act good, and be good, it's like you're pumping up the balloon with your breath. It pumps it up. But when you add the workshops, Solve the Creator workshops, all the workshops Mr. Keshe does, when you listen to One Planet, One Race, the public teachings, it's like you're pumping up the balloon with a cylinder of helium. It pumps it up even bigger, even faster and bigger. And by continuously thinking good and doing good, you're keeping it at that level. So what also Mr. Keshe said once was, when you come across someone that's homeless on the street and he's asking for money, it's it's all right to give him some money, but it doesn't do much. But when you ask your soul to please tell that person's soul to please elevate. So when I go past someone that's homeless, I say, when I remember to do it, I say, please, my soul, please give this person's soul all it needs and everything it needs and only what it needs to elevate his soul, to get him out of this position that he's in, if he's honestly in this bad position. So my experience on a soul level is this. I was trying to do something for a few years, and every time I tried to get to the finish line, I was stopped, and I never knew why. It's just I did my best and everything. So I asked my soul one night, please show me in a dream what I'm doing wrong. So my soul showed me because I've tried so hard. Now I went on a soul level. When I went up there, everything is like it's down here, but without the physicality. Deals are done, and like Mr. Keshe said, that's the real life, and that's where all the deals are done on a soul level. So it's like they're all doing deals. Their souls, different sizes. I suppose they've elevated their souls a bit better. So the more you elevate your soul, the better outcome, the more your soul can do on a soul level for your outcome to be better here on earth. So what happened, I seen this lady that I knew, but when she seen me, she quickly ran away. So I tried to follow her, and it was like she was really fast, and I lost my way. I've never been there before. And it was like it was in an industrial complex. And while I was there, I asked the man for directions, because I wanted to get back. So the man started explaining to me, and then he asked me, explaining to me how to get back. But then he asked me, do you want a job? But when he did that, it's sort of something told him, no, don't talk to me. And he ran away. Now, he ran away so fast, I chased him. But where he ran away, I seen him talking to another man. But this other man was twice as tall as him. And he was explaining to me like he didn't want me there. All right. So that was what my soul was trying to tell me. There's a man there who's elevated his soul to twice as much as the other souls, where he doesn't want you in that group of souls. And that's my experience at a soul level. And that's why I keep listen to the Keshe Foundation. I keep reaching out and thinking good, doing good, acting good, being good as much as possible, because things are thrown at you, spanners, screwdrivers in life, and anything you can to try to bring you down. But I try to keep on listening to these teachings, One Planet, One Race, public teaching, doing the workshops, to keep my soul elevated, so my soul up there can broker a deal better for me and my life become better here. And I hope he's understood what I just said. Thank you.
Thank you, Majid. Thank you so much. You have said so beautifully. Oh, I have also the same experience as you have. Yes, of course, my dream has changed because I started this process of soul connection, the elevation, as you have done. And what happened is, but I was also like, when I got out from the house, and in earlier times, I would say, uh, uh, I used to be very sad when I come home, downing energy, everything is breaking down, kind of that. And even I was giving some money or some food in the street, the beggars. I was so in my heart, I just feel the pain always. And I always wish for that. Why I can't see this kindness in all? Why I can see the peace, the joy in them? Why the earth is like that? Why the world is like that? I cannot change. I cannot change like that. Why I cannot change? Then when I came to this, to the beauty and totality of Keshe Foundation and learned the universal knowledge, how to elevate, how to connect with the soul. Yes, as you do, my dear, I also do. Many of us are doing like that. Even giving a material money or some bread or some food, we elevate. We elevate the souls, saying, elevating, my dear one, never to be in this misery again, never be in this collective beauty as we are creating. So, and yes, of course, because of this elevation, I am also elevating myself. And many are elevating with me and you and as you are. So I will say this collective, we are doing, and in this collectiveness, what we are doing is the selfishness, the deep selfishness that we have created, we are letting go all this selfishness, Maybe, as the poet says, it's hard because as we have created this physicality, that that became a baggage. But even coming out of this, as we say, detachment, here we can see in every turn there are loved ones standing. I I love them, but then I have to go forward because they don't understand. I'm elevating, but they will come in understanding when there is their position. We have to give way, and we are elevating ourselves also, my dear. So thank you for sharing your beauty and totality, my dear. Thank you so much. Salam, namaste. Thank you.
No, thank you, and that was very beautiful what you said too, and so true. I understand exactly what you said then. Thank you, Sveta.
Oh, thank you.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Salomia. Hello, my
Hi.
dear.
I am happy to be again with you. And I hope that together we can radiate the peace in the soul of the planet and in the soul of all beings. I was happy to hear that the European Union didn't stop the help for Palestinians. And they said we cannot punish the population because of some organization like, I don't want to give names. And is exactly the discourse of Keshe Foundation. And look that the words of Mr. Keshe just had impact on international organizations like United Nations and European Union. I hope that both parts will stop the conflict right now. If we need peace, we need to stop and do not help any parts, to be neutral and to pray and wish and to send the intention to stop the alimentation of this conflict with weapons and money. We need money for development. We need money for personal development and spiritual development and scientific development on the planet, and not for army and not to give food to military capabilities. This I wanted to share with you, and this is the wish from our Romanian friends, our Romanian community. I hope that all knowledge seekers will be in my assentiment, and together to change in the right direction the situation regarding the peace in Middle East and the peace in other parts of the planet. Thank you very much. God bless all beings.
Thank you,
We are
Salomia.
present, my dear. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Salomia.
I will send unconditional love to all beings of Israel and Palestine, and their leaders and all world leaders to elevate your souls and find balance to the peace. And also, we send from the Witness Center everything that those people affected in the place needed. All things for elevated souls and protected the physicality and used to the physicality, food, energy, all things, and every people of every veins needed in that zones. Thank you so much.
We are
Lucy,
yes?
I think you wanted to mention also about the soul transmutation test, correct?
Yes, a little, yeah, maybe little. Thank you, Rick. Little comment. Okay. On last Friday, we attend a pre-transmutation session. Next week, we finish the cycle. Transmute, I understand, as the way to becoming present and I will say of changing place, plasmatically, not physically. As we do during the sleep, but awake consciously. At the first time, in my first transmutation is during Reactor group with Jalal and Rick. You remember Rick? Months ago, and maybe in, I don't know, it's July, maybe last year. Mr. Keshe, yeah, you remember Rick, that moment?
I'm not sure which one you mean there.
When Mr. Keshe appeared in Reactor group, Jalal, you and me inside the enhancement unit.
Okay, all right.
For me, it's a first transmutation, or the first confirmation the transmutation, because Mr. K said that someone in the team in Linz told him of a woman with long black hair. She was there. But maybe many times, of course, many souls, the knowledge seekers is many times assist and use in transmutation to the wellness center. For me, transmutation is you present consciously during day, during not at the dream time and not the sleep time, in the other places. And for me too, and you physically, you transmute, you change inside you. I'm sorry, it's my point of view, not the universal concept point of view. It's my understand. Because whether you create, what do you believe, you create. For that reason, all the time, insist to unify the souls in that moment, connected, transmute the souls to the wellness center for help us and expand the souls for the other veins. I'm sorry, my English is perfect. Maybe they don't understand me or my point of no. Or maybe more confused. Maybe I'm wrong. Hello.
No, hello. Elizabeth, it's your duty, you know?
But do you understand my explanation?
Yes. In your perfect English, of course.
I have perfect English. My crazy English. Jalal said to me, "You crazy. You take a crazy English like you." Yeah,
yes, of course.
Yeah. The transmutation is time to change many things. You go not only during, like you talk with the, maybe yes, you talk with your mother or your father or to your family. Do you like your emotion? You go and talk. Transmutation is for that. Yes, that's better. But maybe you discover the other universe with the transmutation, or you go like that moment, for example, you go, you transmutation to decide they take a conflict, for example, and the conflict that we can, you transmute and you soul, and maybe you take care your energy you from your soul and give to the all people needed. But you transmute your soul in that region, and many people are the same. Of course, help the people across the soul to the people. It's my understanding. Thank you. Maybe the other people, please complete the you understand about the transmutation, because it's my understand.
Elizabeth, it's Dean here. May I just quickly say, you have a beautiful understanding. Of course you do. It's totally correct. Nothing is right, nothing is wrong, and you've explained it beautifully. One thing I would like to say is, we talk about transmutation, and we're talking about these events and positions where you can book in to transmute your soul and to be present. You do this, you're doing this right now, in this very moment. You're transmuting. You have the soul of physicality, you have the soul. So you have two positions, at least you have two positions. And you are transmuting between them both right in this very moment. So when you want to speak to your mother, my mother's not present with me right now in this very moment in physicality. However, if I decide to choose to communicate a wish, an expression, a thought, or stillness, nothing, but transmute my soul to my mother's soul, then that's my choice in this moment. And so it's in a constant communication. We remember there's no time outside of planet Earth. So zero time communication. And if there is no real time outside of our known physicality, then I am present in the moment, and I'm transmuted in this moment, but not just to see my mother, to see the mother of all mothers, to see the fathers, to see the sons and daughters, to see the animals, to see all the souls present. I can be connected to, and I am connected to, and so are you, each and every one of us in this moment. We are transmutating constantly, back and forth between the emotion of the body and the stillness and the beauty of the soul that is encompassing everything that is part of creation. And part of it sits within our structure. It's the very essence of what we are. And when we align ourselves into a position, then we can transmute to any other position. And the tools that are being brought forward, and the lessons, the understandings, the teachings of Mr. Keshe are bringing us to this position. And it's baby steps for humanity and for myself and for all of us to learn this process. But we're going through it. And as Mr. Keshe would say, the process has started and there's no going back. It's an ongoing spiral of being aware, being present, and just allowing this transmutation, this moment, to be present within us. This is my understanding. So the way you explained it, Elizabeth, is beautiful. There's many ways to comprehend it and to explain this. And we all have a different viewpoint because of our emotional, the words I speak right now, they come from my physicality. They come from my essence of the experiences I've gathered and collected. But when I go quiet, really quiet inside, I withdraw inside myself. I bring the physicality and let the soul expand out. Then I'm transmuting, and B, I'm coming to a position of being present with the Creator. And the Creator is present within us. So it's within everything in this moment. So you have a choice. You're the captain of your ship, and you can transmute where you need to be. Yes, there will be times where we will need to understand where we're going to, and have the emotion to be able to be present with the beings or the energies that are present within that sphere or that location, that galaxy, universe, part of the unicos, planet Earth, wherever it is for you. You're the captain of your ship, and it's for you to make that conscious decision where you need to direct your viewpoint, your emotion, to be able to transmute as you are doing in this very moment. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you all for listening.
Thank you, Dean. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, hi, University Council. Can I put my input on the transmutation, if that's possible?
Oh, of course. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. My input is transmutation is like transportation. So, for instance, if you want to go to the moon and you want to go with a ship or a rocket or a spaceship, that's transportation. But if you want to go to the moon through transmutation, that's going to the moon through energy with your soul. But if you're on a higher level and you can do it, you can take your physicality with you. And to me, the preliminary soul transmutation test is seeing that if we are ready and getting us ready to transmute to other places through energy. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Yes,
I think
Nick.
it's beautiful, my dear.
Yes, Nick,
Yes, of
the
course.
transmute is you send it your energy, but maybe when you ready for to transport in physicality, you transmute and transport physicality to the moon. But actually, it transmute is only the plasmatic condition. Yes, thank you so much.
Yes, through energy, that's right. Thank you. Through plasmatic condition energy, yeah. That's my interpretation anyway. Thank you.
Beautiful interpretation, my dear Nick. And thank you for sharing. Oh, and yeah, well, as the time is for wrap up, my dear beautiful souls, I will say this transmuting test preliminary. We will continue this discussion, this sharing in the next One Planet coming. One Planet, One Race, One Mission for Justice and World Peace. And all of us are welcome. So, is there any sharing or Rick, is there any?
Perhaps we should mention the ambassadors meeting before we end here. Let me get that up from the Keshe Foundation store. I know there's going to be some other advertising on that some point soon, I believe. But at this point, we have the Keshe Foundation store. Let me share that. And the Ambassadors Conference in London. And that will be on the 11th and 12th of November, 2023. Keshe Plasma Space Technology and Exchange for Peace. And that's been discussed by Mr. Keshe in the Knowledge Seekers workshops and previously in our other workshops as well. So that's 3,000 euros plus VAT for the 2 days. There is a 1-day option for the 11th of November only for 1,500 euros. And also there is kind of a subsidy available to people who can't afford the full amount for a 50% reduction. I believe there's still some seats available for that still. So you can go to Keshe Foundation store. Let me put the link in the chat. And if you need further information about the ambassadors meeting, have to act fairly quickly because they need to do security checks on people that sign up and so on. Because there will be ambassadors there and various dignitaries. Okay, thank you for that.
Thank you, Marjorie.
Yes. Sorry, I can a little, Rick, about that. Mr. Keshe said in the last thinking about the presidents and kings and the prime minister or the all governments can assist across the zone, but insist maybe all knowledge seekers have a good way to enrich. To reach the or the ambassadors, talk with the Keshe Foundation and the organization to the logistic, send the invitation, because maybe do you know much better way for that governments, politician or whatever it is please write to the Keshe Foundation and connect it for them. I'm sorry, my English is crazy, but maybe you understand me.
Well, basically you mean to get people interested in contacting their representative in government that might not have heard about this meeting, for example, and try to get them to connect with the Keshe Foundation.
Maybe no, more near to the government or the embassy is Mr. Keshe. Talk with the Keshe Foundation and the organization got it. Because maybe you or your friend is friend to the ambassador or friend to the I don't know, vice president or whatever it is. It's much better you say, okay, much better way is that, or okay, or talk with the people and the organization give invitation.
Mm-hmm.
That I think is the little Mr. Case talk that.
Okay, thank you, Lucy.
Thank you so much. Thank you everybody. Thank you, Rick.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Now, thank you, beautiful souls. Now we can go to the next slide. Here we are here to serve, not to be served. The Universal Council. Be at your services, my dear beautiful souls. And I again welcome. I'm welcoming you, all beautiful souls, to the beautiful beauty and totality, beautiful energy of Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute organization. Welcome, jump in. Well, I will say follow. And of course, love Keshe Foundation. Join. So, this is Shweta Anwar, Universal Council Hindi language. Salam, namaste, salim, my dear beautiful souls, for being here, taking all the love in your hearts for all that exists. Thank you so much.
Great, thank you, Sweta, and thank you to all the members of the Universal Council and support members and others that are working in the background to provide for the knowledge of the plasma technology and the emotion of elevation of our souls. Thank you. And thank you to everyone for being here and being present today in the 500. Sorry, I've got the wrong picture up here. In the 295th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace here on Tuesday, October 10th, 2023. Our next public teaching workshop is the Keshe Plasma Reactor Group, which I hold every week on Wednesday, starting at 7 a.m. Central European Time, which is the same as 10 p.m. Pacific Time on Tuesday. But the workshop is on Wednesday at 7 a.m. Central European Time. And that's open to members of the public, or whether you're young or old, new to the plasma technology, or an old timer. And we cover a number of different topics in that workshop. And you're welcome to bring your plasma technology to do a show and tell, or if you have any questions you'd like to bring, that's welcome as well. And of course, we have the Knowledge Seekers Workshop coming up. That would be on Thursday, October 12th. And again, with Mr. Keshe. And so far as we know, that'll be at 9 a.m. Central European Time. Okay, I think that's it for now, except for one last item.
This is the time for music of the universe and dance.
A little bit of singing and dancing to go out with. And again, thank you, everyone,
thank you
for being here today. Okay, this is the Flight Enhancement Spaceship unit that we've come to know and love. And bye for now, everyone. See you next time around.